Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm combining some fluid art with something else, and here's a little taster of the colour palette and the technique that I'm using. So have I intrigued you? I hope I have. This is about really just exploring my own creativity and sharing what I'm doing with you. So I really hope you're going to enjoy this one. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see what we can create. So I've got my acrylic paper. I've got 4 colours. I will list all those colours in the description. I've got my sky blue there, the cobalt blue, the blue, black and the gold, and 2 balloons. I will blow those up, and I'm going to use this to do some balloon kisses or balloon dips. So I'm using a palette board, and that's where I'm puddling the paints, one colour on top of each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the balloon to do a balloon kiss or a balloon dip on that palette board before I move the balloon and the paint onto the paper. So you'll see here I'm just puddling one colour at a time on top of each other. I'm going to use this balloon, I think, and then I'm literally going to just place the balloon in that puddle, press it down. You'll see the paint has transferred from the board to the balloon, and then I'm literally just going to dip onto the paper. So I'm going to do that a few times, and then I'm going to use a separate piece of paper to do some different ones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something on one piece of paper, and Shaun is going to do something on the other piece of paper. But I'm going to talk about that shortly. Okay, so there's 2 pieces there with the balloon dips. I really love the effect. I love that colour combination, and I love that each dip, each kiss that's on that paper is different. It's using the same colour palette, but just leaves a different pattern behind. So I'm going to now do something more with these. I'm going to let this dry first of all, and then I'm going to add some doodles. So I love fluid art, and I love adding other elements to it as well. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So everyone, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a doodle and Shaun's going to do a doodle. For those of you that haven't met Shaun before, This is Shaun, he's my other half, my better half, should I say. And I'm going to do my design alone, and Shaun's going to do his design alone. And this is really about just being in the moment, practicing mindfulness, and just doing whatever comes into your mind. It's not pre-planned. So you're going to see me do mine, you're going to see Shaun do his, and then we'll reveal them. So, what do we always say?
Let's see what we can create.
You got it. So I'm going first, and I'm literally just using a Sharpie to add some different patterns onto the paper. There was no kind of pre-thinking with this. I didn't know at this point the patterns that I was going to draw on the paper, because this is very much about trying to just be in the present moment and allow your creativity to just flow naturally and organically. So I was just going to put no pressure on myself. I set my camera up and I was just going to be in the moment to show you the kind of patterns that I was going to do. And then Shaun's going to take his piece of paper and do exactly the same. And actually we do very different pieces. And when I was speaking to Shaun afterwards, he was saying that he struggled sometimes just to really find that piece and almost do something without prior instruction or kind of thinking about it. But I'll talk more about that shortly. But I'm going to leave you now just so you can see the type of patterns that I do. You, of course, don't have to do exactly the same patterns, but what I would encourage you to do is just combine your fluid art with some mindfulness. Allow yourself to relax and really allow yourself some time to just be in that creation process. As we go through mine, you'll see how it evolves, and of course I'll show you the end result, and I'll also show you what Shaun did for his. So here's my one. I actually really like the design. I like the balloon dips. I didn't go over any of those balloon dips. I just went around them using different patterns, coloured in some different shapes. So now it's Shaun's turn. He's going to take his piece of paper and just see what comes to mind. One thing that I would say is it's really interesting to see how two people that haven't watched each other do their piece does completely different pieces. And when I was speaking to Shaun afterwards, he said he actually struggled a little bit to fully relax and allow himself to be in that moment of the here and now, in that present moment. He likes instruction normally and enjoys knowing what he's going to do. But this did throw him a little bit because he didn't see what I did. And I basically said to him, here's the piece of paper. Do what exactly you want to do. There's no rules, there's no boundaries, nothing. And he started off really well and he said that he was enjoying it. But he did say that because he had nothing to follow in terms of, what to do, he did have to really think about what to do. And I think he struggled with that. In fact, he told me that he did. And that was totally okay. He's not really done anything like this before. Of course, he supports me and watches me do my fluid art, but he didn't really know what to expect. So what I would say is, if you're going to give this a go, just allow yourself to not have any judgment on yourself, have no boundaries, there are no rules. Whatever pattern comes into your mind, whether it's squiggles, shapes, numbers, letters, whatever it's going to be, just allow yourself to put pen to paper and be in that present moment. That's what I'd really encourage you to do, because that's going to really help you relax and de-stress as well. It's a great technique to do, especially if you want to wind down at the end of a day or take a few minutes out of your busy schedule to just be in that present moment. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to see some of the patterns that Shaun does, and then I'm going to come back on at the end. So here we go. This was Shaun's. And what I would say is both of ours are completely different, but we approached it in a different way. And when you're using your art and creativity, when you're exploring, when you're evolving as an artist, it's great to just do different experiments. But this is really about helping yourself relax and just be in that present moment. I hope you've had fun, and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. I know this one was a little bit different, but that's what it's all about. See you soon, everyone. Take care. Bye.